know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Hornets right now in possession. The drive, right to the basket. Shot from the lane won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Into the front court, it's Walker. They're down 3. Oh, big finish at the rim.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Westbrook. Short jumper stays out.
Woo, I'm telling you right now, he will not get a better look than that right there the rest of the night.
Walker. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
From the painted area, won't go down.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Walker. Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder, now on a team built to win.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is actually almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He averaged 19 points, 6.5 assists last year for the Hawks, but he is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
Oh, had him going there for a second with a drop step. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Charlotte with the basketball. Driving right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Runner here, won't go down. Walker with the basketball. Down a point. For 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Westbrook across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Walker. No good.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. It's Westbrook. Gets a look, can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Parker. Here comes the screen. Parker. Throws it down.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Oh, a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Knocks down the first. And he makes them both.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Charlotte basketball. Knocked loose. Parker. Missed a wide open look to Paul George. Stuffs it down with authority.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Parker with it. They trail by 2. Deep left corner. Lets it fly from long range. He's been waiting a long time for that one to go down.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish to this first quarter. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Beyond the arc for 3, and the rebound comes to OKC. To Westbrook. Finish that. Hornets have the basketball. Parker. Defense making the ball carrier work to Parker. Fires the 3. Won't go down. 48 wins a year ago for the Thunder. Jay, it took them a while to get to that point, but in so many ways, the Thunder had a great opportunity in the playoffs.
They did. It just seemed like something with their chemistry was a tad bit off with Carmelo Anthony. I think him not... Oh! He sent that one to the... Oh! And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Batum. Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Westbrook. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. Inside, he scores.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Parker into the front court. 5-point game. It's rejected by Noel.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Had a chance, but it's no good.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Westbrook to Adams. PG lets it fly. Paul George, terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
To the rim, lays it up and in. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Defensive foul to number 23. That's his first personal foul.
Walker to Miles Bridges. Won't go. To Schroeder. For three. Can't connect. It's no good. Across the timeline, it's Walker. His team down 9. Trying to cash in. Add 2 points to the board.
And if you're a Hornets fan, you're really excited about this selection by Mitch Kupchak, your general manager. Bridges, hailing from Flint, Michigan, really embodies what a Flintstone is. That toughness, that grit that every team needs, that glue that keeps everybody together.
Deep right corner. Nothing going here on that drive. Defense making the ball handler work. Gets it in the left corner. To Schroeder. No good. Walker into the front court. They trail by 7. Here's a chance from long range. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Schroeder. The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Can't connect. Swings it. From long range, they have to keep him in their grasp.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
First personal foul. Team foul number 2. Charlotte Hornets.
Andre Robertson at the line. First free throw is good. Two for 2 on that trip. So we head to intermission all tied up in what's been a tight one from the start. Let's get you to our NBA line. All even through the first half of play as we get rolling once again here in the third quarter. Hornets at the controls of this one. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Westbrook into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Walker with the basketball. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Tough shot. Well defended.
He had such a great first half, but obvious adjustments were made defensively to shut him down, and now he's really starting to struggle.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. 2-point advantage. Oh, whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Walker goes to the right side. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
There you go. Oh, I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
The Thunder have the possession. Westbrook to George. And they call it.
A simple touch foul.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Westbrook. To Adams. Shot clock winding down. George. Now that's a contest. Walker into the front court. Leads 4. Has a look. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. Now 3 for 9.
And here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
And finishes strong.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Russell Westbrook with the slam.
We call that Beastbrook. But why are you so angry all the time, man?
Jay, he's just taking out his anger on the rim.
I feel that way every time I broadcast with you.
Walker off the mark. No good.
He was absolutely scoring at will in the first half. But now that the defense has picked up, don't try to do too much. Less is more.
Hornets right now in possession.
I'm here. I got ball.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. Westbrook into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Shot from the lane won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's now 4 for 6.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Into the front court, it's Walker. The lead is 2. Jay, without question, one of the biggest moments of the NBA offseason. Paul George, he chooses the Thunder. He stays in OKC.
And how about what Paul George myself and bring a championship where it has never been brought. And I think him and Russ work well off each other. Playoff P wants to be Playoff P all the time. Who better to bring that out of you than the Beastbrook?
Free throw good. He's able to polish off the three-point play. Now a timeout coming here from the Hornets coach as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Time for some new personnel into the game. Charlotte with the basketball. Runner here won't go. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. Walker with the basketball. His guys down 3. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't defend it any better. Kemba Walker misses.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Now a pass stolen by the Hornets. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Charlotte basketball. Walker knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Knocked loose. Walker. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup to Walker. Five to shoot. Has a chance and scores.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
From the painted area, won't go down. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The Hornets have the lead. The Thunder have it to start the 4th quarter. We've got a 1-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money down the stretch. It's game time.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Walker. And the rebound comes down to the Thunder. To Schroeder. Fires the 3. Oh, who saw that coming?
They absolutely needed that. Great job by the offense to be poised and create a shot to pull ahead.
Hornets have the basketball. Kemba Walker lays it in.
I see this happen all the time. It used to happen to me. Sometimes an easy offense allows more effort to translate to the defensive end.
You open, pull the trigger.
4-3. Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Batum to Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. Tough make through traffic.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Leads a bucket. Trying to cash in. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
When I think about the biggest international names in the game today, Dennis Schroeder's name probably isn't the first that comes to mind. But did you know that he's one of only 3 players to ever play in the league from Germany? Detlef Schrempf, Dirk Nowitzki, and Dennis Schroeder. He is a blur with the basketball, and he will be the first or second option offensively down the court each and every possession.
Hornets at the controls of this one. Walker. Here comes the screen. And he hits.
The passing has been great, but the movement without the ball has been even better. Seeing a play before it happens is a skill set a lot of people don't talk about. But a great pass combined with great movement, good luck with that.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. George to Westbrook. Has a look. Jumper's good.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
To Paul George. Inside, he scores. At his size on the wing, that's a tough matchup on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, let me tell you about why he's so great defensively. He gets up into you and forces you one way. Does not give you an option to dance with the basketball. That wingspan, that frame, that size, that strength, and that lateral quickness. Oh, there's no getting by Mr. George.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
It's Westbrook with the board. Thunder with the basketball.
Defense, let's go.
And they call it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Westbrook. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Russell Westbrook steps into it. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jet.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Paul George at the line. First try at the line, no good. Off the mark, 0 for 2 at the line. Walker into the front court. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. To Westbrook. Lets it fly from long range. Hornets have the rebound. Into the front court, it's Walker. Looking to make something happen. Beyond the arc for 3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Westbrook with it. It's an 8-point lead. Fires the 3. Westbrook bothered just enough on that one. Has a chance. Chance for Westbrook. No good. Good victory here for the Thunder as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew,